Another question came in, and look, y'all, if y'all got any questions, type them in the chat. All subjects, but just no weird shit. Lewis
You
X,
can ask weird shit. I don't care.
all right, you can add a little bit of weird shit. Lewis X, how bad is cheating with ChatGPT and technology in college now? Boy, I wish they had ChatGPT when I was in college.
Well,
I'd have been an AI expert.
This story goes actually back a little ways. So ChatGPT is the headliner right now, but for quite a few years now, you've been able to, if you wanted to write a paper and you had the resources, you could outsource the paper. There's guys who wrote papers for you. You say, I need a 5-page paper on such and such, and there's guys out there who'd write it for you. So that sort of rode the coattails of the internet onto the college campuses. So that already exists. The fact that you can search a paper for plagiarism means that the traditional plagiarism of grabbing something off the internet and just doing it, that can be checked easily. So that's not it. ChatGPT brought in a whole new dimension because it's technically not plagiarism, right? It's original writing by AI. I was going to, as of about a year ago, I'd gotten sort of unofficial clearance to, as one of my 2 semesters of teaching, teach a freshman writing seminar. Now, what we had is this great freshman writing program where every freshman had to take 2 semesters of writing, and the topics were anything imaginable. The goal was pick a topic you like, and then you have to write papers. You have to learn how to write. And so we taught writing by making it topical enough with, if in elementary school we didn't have to read Dick and Jane when I was a kid, I might like reading, except Dick and Jane were so insufferable. You had to have taken it to an R rating for me to care. So I was going to teach a writing course on personal finance because I'm obsessive about writing and editing. I'm kind of born again, where I learned to write a little late, but then I became fanatical about it. And then ChatGPT showed up and I realized I was never going to get an original paper again. So it's not clear what the relationship is of ChatGPT to cheating. The rules are being written as we speak.
Well, do you ever see, say maybe a student that was an underachieving student, then all of a sudden ChatGPT's out, and now he's writing perfect papers, turning in, any type of projects or something, like where you're like, man, I know this kid didn't write this. Is anything like that happening?
Oh, I'm sure it's happening all over the place. But
absolutely.
How do you catch? I had a funny story there when I was trying to get my son to let me help him learn how to write, and of course he just wants to get the assignment done. And this was in I don't know, 9th or 10th grade. And I went to help him, and I'm thinking this is a great opportunity to teach him how to edit, right? And he says, no matter what we do, I'm still going to get a B. And I said, why? And she says, because the teacher doesn't like me. And I said, well, let's see. And so we edited. It was a very good learning experience for him. And then he got a B. And I know it was better than I know it was better than the shit he was submitting. And then one day I was reading about a guy who actually had his daughter write a book report about his book. She wrote a book report about her dad's book. Dad helped her, and she got a B. So this is not that rare. I think the teachers, if you give some middle school teacher the task of grading 120 papers, are they really going to grade them all really carefully? No. And so they figure out who's smart, who's not, and then they just kind of give them those grades from that point on.
That is exactly what would happen to me in college. I was kind of in that, just give Kevin a B or C. You know what I'm saying? And, there'd never be pushback from me. But Professor Dave, did you
spelling tests, for example, are fine because you could just grade the spelling test, right? Math, same, but a writing, the teacher forms an opinion of who you are and who you're not. And then
exactly, and a lot would be Scantron too, where they just throw them in the machine. But